Hello students, in lecture 8 we shall continue the analysis of simple AC circuits. In this lecture we will be analyzing the AC through purely inductive circuit. AC through purely inductive circuit. An inductor is a type of coil which reserves the electrical energy in magnetic field when current flows through it. The inductor is made up of wire which is wound in a form of coil. Now consider a pure inductance of Henry units is connected across an AC voltage whose instantaneous value V is equal to Vm sin omega t. The voltage across the inductance is denoted as VL. Since there is an AC voltage source, a current will be flowing through this pure inductor. Now look at the second waveform diagram. Here the voltage and current waveforms are shown. The peak value or the maximum value of voltage is Vm and the maximum value of current is Im. The voltage is starting at the instant 0 and it is reaching its maximum value at 90 degree. But unlike the pure resistive circuit that we have already discussed in the previous lecture, the current does not start at 0th instant, but rather the current it starts after an angle theta, which is exactly 90 degree for a purely inductive circuit. So you can say that there is a phase difference of 90 degree between the voltage and current. The current is lagging the voltage by an angle of 90 degree. The same concept is shown in the phasor diagram. Keeping the reference as voltage, you may see that the current lags the voltage by exact 90 degree. Now let the applied alternating voltage be given by the equation V is equal to Vm sin omega t. So this alternating voltage will cause an alternating current I to flow through the circuit. Due to the inductance of the coil, a self-induced EMF E is equal to minus L into di by dt volt is induced in the coil, which opposes the applied voltage at every instant. As the circuit is purely inductive, there is no resistance and hence there is no ohmic drop. Thus, the applied voltage E has to overcome the self-induced EMF only at every instant. And this EMF which is induced in the circuit is equal and opposite to the applied voltage. So you may write it as V is equal to minus E. Now putting the value of E in that equation, you get V is equal to minus of minus L into di by dt, or it will become V is equal to L into di by dt. So you may write it as Vm sin omega t is equal to L into di by dt. Or if you take the current di, you get it as Vm divided by L sin omega t dt. Now in order to get the value of current, integrate on both sides. So you will get integral of di is equal to integral of Vm by L sin omega t dt. So integral of di will be I. Vm by L is constant, so take it outside the integration. Integral of sin omega t is minus cos omega t divided by omega. So we get it as I is equal to Vm divided by omega L sin omega t minus pi by 2. Because you may write the minus cos omega t as sin omega t minus pi by 2. This omega L can be written by a term XL, that is inductive reactance. So the current I will become Vm divided by XL sin omega t minus pi by 2. So from the equation also it is clear that the instantaneous value of current I is lagging the voltage by pi by 2 radian or 9. This XL or inductive reactance, which is equal to L omega, is the opposition offered to the flow of alternating current by a pure inductance. Just like in pure resistive network, we said that the opposition to the flow of current is said as resistance. In pure inductive circuit, the opposition offered to the flow of current is inductive reactance. Now the value of current will reach its maximum when sin omega t minus pi by 2 become 1. Therefore, Im will be equal to Vm divided by XL. So you may write that I is equal to Im sin omega t minus pi by 2 or Im sin omega t minus 90 degree amperes. Now let's discuss the power in a purely inductive circuit. Here the three waveforms voltage, current and power is shown in three different colors. The voltage is starting at 0, reaches its maximum value at 90 degree, then comes to 0 at pi and goes on. But the current, unlike the purely resistive network, does not start at the 0 instant, because there is a definite phase difference, or you may say that it is out of phase, and the phase difference is exactly 90 degree. So the current starts after 90 degree from the voltage curve, reaches its maximum value at 180 degree or pi and then moves on. The instantaneous value of power is the product of the instantaneous value of voltage into instantaneous value of current. So now let's calculate the instantaneous value of power for each instant of time. Let's see from angle 0 to pi by 2 or 0 to 90 degree. For 0 to pi by 2, the voltage curve is in the positive half and the current curve is in the negative half. So positive voltage into negative current will be giving a negative power. Positive into negative is negative. That is why the power curve is shown in the negative half cycle. Now the magnitude of power will be more than the magnitude of voltage and current, because when you take a product of voltage and current, the magnitude of the power will be higher. That is why the power curve is having a higher magnitude compared to that of voltage and current. Now for the time instant pi by 2 to pi. Here both the voltage and current are in the positive half. So positive voltage into positive current will be giving a positive power. So the power is drawn in the positive half. From pi by 2 to 3 pi by 4, the current is positive but voltage is in the negative half. So negative voltage into positive current will be giving a negative power. That is why the power curve is shown in the negative half. Now from 3 pi by 4 to 2 pi, both the voltage and current are in the negative. Therefore negative voltage into negative current will be giving a positive power. That is why the power curve is drawn in the positive half cycle. So you may see that just like the purely inductive circuit, here the power frequency is doubled. For one cycle of voltage or one cycle of current, there are two cycles of power. So you may say that the power frequency is doubled for a purely inductive circuit. Now let's analyze the instantaneous power, which is V into I. V is Vm sin omega t and I is Im sin omega t minus pi by 2. You simplify it, so you will get it as Vm by root 2, Im by root 2 sin 2 omega t. Sin 2 omega t meaning it is a symmetrical waveform. If you calculate the average power for a symmetrical waveform like this, it will end up in 0. So you may say that the average power consumed in a purely inductive circuit is 0. However, the maximum value of instantaneous power is Vm by 2. But the average power is nothing but the power consumed or power absorbed by the circuit. That is purely 0 for a pure inductive circuit. The average power in one alteration, that is in a half cycle, is 0, as the negative and positive loop is under the power curve is same. So you may say that in the purely inductive circuit during the first quarter cycle, the power supplied by the source is stored in the magnetic field set up around the coil. In the next quarter, the magnetic field, it diminishes and the power that is stored in the first quarter cycle is returned to the source. So this process continues in every cycle and thus no power is consumed in the circuit. Now let's see how to solve one problem of a pure inductive circuit. The question says a 50 Hertz, that is frequency, alternating voltage of 220 volt. This 220 volt is nothing but the RMS value of the voltage. It produces a current of 2.2 ampere, again the RMS current in a pure inductive coil. So you have to determine the inductive reactance, that is XL. Then inductance, that is capital L. And the power absorbed. Also write the equation for the applied voltage and current. The inductive reactance XL, what you have to find out. You know that the voltage across the inductive reactance is the current flowing through that inductive into the reactance term. That is VL is equal to I into XL. Just like V is equal to IR for a resistor. So XL will be VL divided by I. VL is 220 divided by current is 2.2. So you get it as 100 ohm. The unit of inductive reactance is ohm. Now to find out the inductance of the coil, XL is equal to L omega. You get L is equal to XL by omega. That is XL divided by 2 pi f. That is 100 divided by 2 into 3.14 into 50 Hertz. So you get it as 0.318 Henry. Next is power absorbed. We have already learned that for a pure inductive circuit, the power consumed or the power absorbed or the average power is always 0. Next is to write the equation of voltage and current. Equation of voltage is V is equal to Vm sin omega t. So you need to find out the magnitude of Vm and omega. Vm is the maximum value of the voltage and what given in the question is RMS value. So convert that RMS value into maximum value. So Vm will be equal to root 2 into Vrms. We have already learned that RMS value Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2. So Vm is equal to root 2 into Vrms. So it becomes root 2 into 220. So you get an answer. Similarly, find out omega. Omega is 2 pi f. So you may write the equation for V as V is equal to 311.13 sine 3140 volt. Similarly, for the equation of current, I is equal to Im sin omega t minus pi by 2. So again calculate the maximum value of current by taking square root into IRMS. And omega just like what we have calculated previously. So I is equal to 3.11 sine 3140 minus pi by 2 amperes.